Welcome into the SWU Sports Network, Conference Carolina's digital network as Southern Wesleyan University takes on the Erskine Flying Fleet here at historic Tysinger in Central South Carolina on the campus of Southern Wesleyan University. I'm Wes Pate, joined by my usual partner in crime and the main play-by-play leader of America right now, Leighton Story. What's up, man?
What's up? It's good to be here. We got a good matchup between teams, and hopefully it'll be a good match.
I'm excited to see this one. The Warriors are coming in with a chip on their shoulder, ready to go. Haven't had an overly successful season yet, but tonight is a chance to turn that around.
Right. So far this season, the Warriors come in with a 1-7 record, looking to get things going tonight, and the Flying Fleet come into this match 4-13 on the season.
Which I'm always amazed by how we play less games than other people. Isn't that weird?
Right. It is a little strange.
I don't try to understand it. It is what it is.
Right.
We got this one in front of us tonight. I'm excited to see this. What's a couple of storylines to look for the Warriors?
Well, the Warriors have Ashlyn Holford tonight. She did not play in the last game for the Warriors, and we'll be looking for that. And a player for Erskine to look forward to is Kaylee Tuumatelli, as she is a dangerous player.
Tuumatelli.
Yes, sir.
Tuumatelli. You say it enough, you will get it. From Hawaii.
Here we go. And it is Hawaiian night here.
It is Hawaiian night. That's awesome.
And the Warriors keep it alive. Holford puts it over. And now the Flying Fleet set this one up, and it gets past the Warriors. The first score.
So that's Meredith Hollinger just coming out. She's a junior out of Belton, South Carolina, finding the gap on the back court for the Warriors. They're going to have to close those up early.
And now Mallory Carter will look to serve. Here she is. And Byers gets to the Sexton. It's out for Holford. And now Erskine gets it back over, and they'll score that one. And
we got a player down for Erskine. That is number 10, Mallory Carter. She just ran into her teammate, which is actually Kaylee Tuumatelli. And I don't know if it's her ankle they're looking at, or if she hit her knee. I couldn't quite see.
It was definitely an awkward landing.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, she looks like she's talking to the trainer to work it out really quickly. I don't know if that was a twisted ankle, but.
Right. Well.
Took away from the. Or maybe it's something else. I can't tell. She's trying to get her up.
Right. Well, we just got started with this one. So far, Erskine is up 2-0, and looks like they're going to be able to get her off the floor.
So definitely an ankle or a knee from Mallory Carter, the freshman. So hopefully she's okay, and they get her over to the bench and get her looked at a little bit more here.
Yeah, it looks like coming in now is Lainey Gaston. She'll come in place.
The SWU fans tonight in their Hawaii gear already getting talked to by the refs to please move. That's another thing about Tysinger. There's not a lot of room in here, so fans are going to squeeze into every spot. I'm just glad we have fans back.
Right. It is definitely a plus to have fans this year.
I'll say that all year.
Dearly
all
missed
year,
last season. And now the serve will come in just second from the Flying Fleet.
This is Lainey Gaston that is on to serve for Erskine. She's a junior out of Anderson, South Carolina.
And here we go. Good serve. And now it'll make its way over. And that was an easy point for the Flying Fleet right there.
That's Meredith Hollinger again. That's her second point. Knocked down, maybe third. I didn't see the other point, but definitely her second. as they do an unforced service error there. Give us a point on the board.
Now we got a 3-run score with Ashton Holford ready to serve. We'll see what the Warriors can do here, as it will make its way over.
It's too much power. We're glad to see Ashlyn back for her power, but that was too much for the serve.
Yeah, so now Erskine now with the serve. Byers is there. Sexton with the setup, and Amber Bass strike that down, but a good job by the Flying Fleet to keep their composure, and they'll get the point.
Megan Thies from Fort Mill, South Carolina, a freshman, is the server.
And it's a serve. Sexton with the setup to Young. Now Erskine gets something going. Sexton is there. Byers. Now Souls will put it over, and that was in.
Yeah.
And she found that corner real good.
Yeah, pushed it. It was really close, but it did drop right in. We could see that from here. 5-2. That'll put Souls up for service for SWU.
There's a serve. Makes its way over. The Fleet with a setup, and it's blocked. But they keep it alive. It's going to go over the net. It's blocked over. Now Sexton with the setup to Ellis, and that will be out. Now that'll make it 6-2. Flying Fleet. That was an exciting sequence of events. Now coming in is Katie Torgan.
This is Kaylee. Kaylee 2S to Mully. 2S to Amatelli. Close, and we're still working on it.
Right, and that last one was blocked. Emily Ellis tried to get it over.
For now, we're just going to say Kaylee, number 13. She's doing great. Got an awesome Hawaiian name.
And there's a serve. Sexton with the setup. Ellis will make its way over. Close to the net, they put it over. Sexton to Souls, and that'll be too much. The Warriors off to a not so ideal start. Now down by 6 here in the first set. Good serve right on the line. And Riley Young is there. And the Flying Fleet keep it alive, and they get it over the net. Now there's Bass. Goes right back to her, and the Flying Fleet do a great job of covering that. Now Riley Young, it goes off the ceiling. They keep it alive. Now Jesse Souls is there. Sexton with the setup to Ellis. And the Fleet, they're just taking everything the Warriors are throwing at them and putting it right back over. As that one got blocked. As that front there is very dangerous.
So a solid rally for SWU. That's the kind of rallies we have to keep going if we're going to hang in with these teams at this point. But we've got to win the rally, obviously, if we're going to stay ahead, which we're not ahead. But right now, I think it's a good confidence builder to see a rally sustained like that.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend, one who believes that good times call for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
A timeout.
Erskine really doing a good job that time dealing with the Tysinger ceiling, which we will affectionately continue to call the Tysinger dinger. I will anyway. But it did not overcome them on that one. They were still able to handle it. A lot of times teams come in, they don't know what to do when it hits the ceiling.
It can either be something that will make you or break you.
Right.
Sometimes. As it can be a friend, but also a foe. And now Erskine comes back out onto the court, and Callie Letcher will look to check in, and Ashley Sexton will sub out. Callie from Kentucky.
Tuessa Matatelli still serving. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to get it right.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Fletcher with a setup to Young. Now Erskine with another setup. They get it over. And Byers is there. Fletcher. Now they'll try it again on the other side. It's blocked. And they keep it alive. And Warriors are not going to be able to get to that one. That's a great effort, though.
Yeah, Jesse Souls that time with the dig. Just not able to get enough underneath it.
Now, another serve here. It makes its way over. Ellis is there. Fletcher with a setup. The Warriors try to get that. They set it up again, and it goes off of Amber Bass. Now Kaylee with another serve. She's been serving for a good bit here. That one will hit the net.
And a service error finally gives us a breathing room for SWU. 11-3.
Now we got Lexi Cummins with the serve for the Warriors, and that will make its way out.
So we are just not able to take advantage of it when we've got serve. That's going to bring Hollinger.
You got to keep it inside the playing area. That is the second service area error that the Warriors have had. And now Letcher gets to it, and Ellis puts it over. And then Cummins is there. Letcher tries to do something with it, but that one was just not a good possession there for the Warriors.
Good effort trying to keep it alive. Cummins will trade out with Amber Bass. And Hollinger on for another serve.
Here she is. Makes its way over. Souls is there. And Ellis with it over. And Erskine, it goes off of the Tysinger ceiling. Good shot by Ellis. Ellis is there again. Now the Fleet will try something else. And that will be out. So the Warriors take advantage on that one, and that makes the score 13-4.
Close call on the line there.
Now Byers with the serve. We'll see if the Warriors can get something going here. And the Fleet with a setup. Byers is there. Holford gets it over. And that one was in that time.
That time Hollinger did find the back corner. And she has been the killer, I would say, so far for Erskine. Just finding those spots.
There's the serve. Souls is there. Now Letcher. Back to Souls. And that got blocked by Holford.
Ashlyn Holford with a solo block.
That's the kind of stuff you want to see if you're the Warriors.
That gets the crowd going.
Definitely getting a little bit of crowd energy will help you in the long run of things.
Another big crowd here at Tysinger tonight. You can't see it on camera because you can't see down below, but it's not just the one side. Underneath us here in the booth, it is packed out.
And another for Katie Torgerson.
Was that number 13?
That was number 21, I believe.
Number 21, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
keep on looking.
Torgerson. We'll just go with Torgerson.
I don't want to mess up the pronunciation.
Torgerson. Yeah, that's a good one. And there's Holford.
That one.
Was that Holford or Letcher?
I think that was Holford.
I think that was Holford. Yeah. Yes. We turn our head for 1 split second.
Yes.
Magic happens. So we're going to say Holford on that one again as Letcher goes back to serve.
Now Warriors see if they get something going. There's the serve. And the Fleet with the setup on the far side. Souls is there, goes off the ceiling. Souls again, and that one was too much. Or actually, they're going to say that it was tipped. And so that will be another Warrior point. That's back-to-back for the Warriors.
Coach Julia pumped up. Letcher gets a second serve.
Here we go. Erskine tries it again on that far side. And it goes back over the net. Back to Erskine. And Pino is there. Letcher with the setup. The Souls, and Erskine is there. They try to keep it alive. They're not able to. And now makes it 16-7.
Good effort that time in transition for SWU, though. As a few different change-ups came in there in the touch before the spike.
There's the serve, and that was too much. Now Warriors retake possession.
Laney Gaston just hitting it too far for Erskine.
Riley Young will come in for the Warriors. As Byers will go to the bench. Now Holford gets it over, and that will be out. So this goes right back to the Flying Fleet.
Megan Thies.
There's the serve, and that was in. So that'll be an ace.
Tricky ace there from Thies as she puts it right on the back line. Just where they couldn't quite judge it.
Great placement there. Now she goes at Souls this time, and Letcher puts it over. Now another setup, and that will be past Byers.
That's Kaylee Tuesa-Matulli.
Now it's 19-8 here in the first set.
Here's Thies on her third serve in a row. And a block right off the tip of the fingers that time as the blockers went up. But it just rolled, and SWU will call another timeout here at 20-8.
And so, not a pretty first set here from the Warriors. They're in.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Is playing very well here in this first set, doing all the things that they need to do.
Yeah, it seems like the last couple of weeks there's always been, and there usually is on every team, a couple of standout players. We've got our standout players, of course, as well. But on Erskine right now, that's Meredith Hollinger and Kaylee Tuesa-Matulli, who are both taking advantage of each corner up on that front row.
And your leaders in kills for Erskine are Meredith Hollinger. She has 6.
Here's Thies on again to serve.
Now Byers, Letcher, and Amber Bass not able to handle that one. Now here comes the serve again. Byers is there. Letcher with the setup to Souls. Now Erskine with the setup, and they aren't able to get that over the net. So that will go to the Warriors.
Rare miss from Hollinger that time. He went up for the fake spike and just wanted to try to drop it in, but wasn't able to put enough touch on it.
And so now Jesse Souls will put it over. Now the Fleet with the setup again, and Ellis is not able to get to it.
And that was Mackenzie Kinney. A good hit off the blocks that time is Tuessa Mattelli. But
you're having a time with that one.
We're good.
And Letcher with the setup. Amber Bass!
Hard hit.
Put the sauce on it.
That's the kind of stuff SWU needs to be doing a lot on those hits. Yeah. She saw that one cleanly. When you had a clean hit on it, she has a lot of power.
That one hit off the ceiling a couple of times. Now here's the serve from Basson. The Fleet aren't able to handle that one.
And there's a good ace for SWU.
And the Warrior crowd loves it.
As Amber Bass on the serve kind of puts a knuckleball on it. Didn't really have any spin, but when it hit the defender's hand, it spun big time.
And now the Fleet with another setup. And they will say that she went over the net?
I don't know, but we'll take it.
So that'll be a Warrior point right there. Warriors on a 3-0 run. Here's Bass again. A good serve. And Letcher tried to do something with that. It was a little awkward. And so that will go to the Flying Fleet.
Yeah, hard when it comes down right in front of the net like that and there's nowhere to go.
Just got to react to it.
Yeah, and your teammates aren't really close enough to do anything with it.
And now here's another serve.
It's Hollinger.
Ellis. Now Letcher, the Young. Now the Fleet put it over. They don't get a strike opportunity, but it gets blocked off of Ellis, and somehow Jesse Souls was able to put that back over. But the Fleet keep it going, and now we got the set point here at 24-12.
Hollinger get on to serve for Erskine.
Here's the serve. Souls is there, it goes off, and that's a Ty Singer point right there.
And Ty Singer dinger ends us on that one. So here's what I saw right there, though. What was good is as the game progressed for SWU, we saw progression. They got better. We got a few lucky shots, but then we started getting some solid power shots. The defense was looking a little better. The assists were looking a little better. And, Erskine had a few errors as well. But overall, Erskine just looked good. Powerful. They were placing the ball wherever they wanted.
Right. Erskine, they have done everything.
A long weekend, so we can spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama songs we can dance to. Forget about the morning, we can worry about it Monday, so for now there's nothing more than we have to. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking that we should all take the day.
We'll be looking for them to do a little bit better here in the second set. They did get better as it went on. It's just a bit of a rough start. So I'm looking for the second set to be a little bit closer.
Meredith Hollinger stands out for Erskine at this point, not just as a server. She's making defensive plays. She is spiking the ball, and she's really just kind of having her way. She's seeing everything really clearly. and they're not really.
What if there's a place for you where your dreams and future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, and where your story can be written and change the course of history, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world. This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan.
And Warriors shots, they just seem to go right where the Fleet are.
Right.
So it's very hard to get points that way. So we'll look for better shots here in the second set as the Warriors get out there again.
It's homecoming week here at Southern Wesleyan University, so Conference Carolina Digital Network, we're going to be busy this week. You're going to be calling soccer tomorrow night, men's and women's soccer.
That's right.
What time do those games come on? You remember?
I could not tell you right now. But
let's assume that they're going to be somewhere around the 3:30, 5:30 mark, most likely. And then we'll have men's and women's soccer again on Saturday. And our SWU volleyball team actually travels on the road on Friday.
Right. And so the Fleet come back out onto the court. We'll get started here. Callie Letcher will serve us off. And here's the serve. Good serve. Gonna set up on the far side. And that will be an Erskine point. The Warriors tip it. Now these will serve it over. And Pino's there, but she is not able to put that forward.
Yeah, just a hard serve from Thies, who's been serving well tonight. A lot of points served for her. Rolls off the fingertips of Christina Pino.
There's the serve. Souls is there. Now Letcher gets to the Souls again. Now set up for the Fleet. Now we'll get past Bass.
So that's Hollinger hitting it hard off the fingertips of the blockers, and no backup from the Warriors. Already 3-0.
And so that serve barely gets over the net. Letcher with a setup to Bass, and that was in. That was a pretty shot.
Great job that time, seeing the full angle back corner right over the heads of the Erskine defenders, right in the bucket.
Now Ashley Holford will serve for the Warriors. A good serve. The Fleet set it up. And that will go off of Bass. That hit her fingertips.
Hollinger that time, instead of spiking it, just gave a hard push to the ball, and that just sent the rotation of the spin of the ball right off Bass's fingertips.
Now here's
that's 2S on Matelli will serve.
And that will be a service error. The Warriors will get this back, and Emily Ellis will check in. Christina Pino will go to the bench. Here's the serve. Now set up for the Fleet. Bass is there. Goes backward a little bit, but Letcher's there, and Byers will not be able to put that over. Now 5-2. There's a serve.
Hard serve from Hollinger.
Byers did a good job with it as it got blocked back, and Ellis tries to strike it over, and that'll be out. So much better start here for the second set for the Warriors. Now Amber Bass will serve. And a good one. That one will go off the net, but somehow the Flying Fleet put it back over. And Ellis put a lot on that one. Erskine does a good job maintaining their composure yet again. And that one you couldn't do anything with.
That was a good series for SWU.
That was a lot of back and forth, and the Warriors took advantage of the opportunity that was given to them.
Coach trying to keep their heads in the game here, not over-celebrate, keep it business here for a second. They have not won it.
And that would go off, but Ellis, that will be hit out. That one looked like it went off the whole back row.
And here is Kenny on to serve for Erskine.
Here's the serve. Souls is there. Letcher gets it over to Ellis. It gets blocked. They keep it alive. They got to get that over. And Souls does so. And that'll be a point for the Warriors.
Good rally that time. First time we've seen them really keep their composure at the net. When it bounces off the net like that, they stayed in place, stayed in position, stayed with the point, and got it.
And now Holford comes in, and Riley Young will take a seat. And Jarena Byers with the serve. And that will not make its way over the net.
Torgerson, the server for Erskine, and
that one went right off the ceiling and right back. And unfortunate for the Warriors. Now a serve here for Erskine. Byers is there. Letcher keeps it alive. Ellis with the shot. And a good setup there from the Fleet.
SWU not in a position that time to cover that spike, and it was a hard one. Number 13 for Erskine.
There's nothing Letcher could have done on that one.
Looked like she came over the net that time. But they're going to say no. They're going to say no.
And so now a 5-point lead here for Erskine, looking to build on that. Here's the serve.
Torgerson again.
Ellis is there. Letcher with the set to Holford, and that was too much. But they'll give the point to the Warriors. They'll say it was tipped off.
Yeah, Holford pointing right there. She knew where it hit off fingertips.
And so some substitutions will be made now as Pino comes in.
Great power from Ashlyn Holford.
Now the Warriors will look to have a run of their own. Is everybody set?
Tuessa Matatelli and Hollinger are both on the court left.
And now the crowd trying to get something going, but we have a short delay here. And now we'll get going. Now here's Pino with the serve. The Fleet set this up on the close side, and that was beautiful.
Working from left to right that time as Kaylee Tuessa-Matali just comes all the way across the court. Spike it hard from right court. Right into the center of the SWU defense.
Now here's the serve again, and that will go off of Bass in the wrong direction. And so now
there's Gaston.
That'll be out. And that'll be a Warrior point off the service error. We'll see if the Warriors can capitalize off of this. Here's Letcher. A good serve. Now set up. And it's blocked by Bass. And that'll be a point for the Warriors.
That was the two powerhouses for each team. Hollinger versus Bass, one-on-one. Bass got the better of her that time. Hollinger's gotten the better of us quite a few times tonight, but that on that block, Bass said not today, do not.
Set up, and Fleet come right back at the Warriors. Back and forth affair.
No chance to even set up a block that time from the Warriors, as that spike came in so fast.
Here's the serve. Souls is there. Letcher with the setup. Holford with the strike. Right down the middle.
Holford to get a chance to back it up earlier in the game. She's been hitting with a little too much power on the serve, so she's going to have to make sure she gets this one in.
A good serve. Make it a little bit awkward for the Fleet. Holford is there. Now set up. The Souls places it well. Letcher with the setup to Young. We got ourselves a little bit of a rally going, but ultimately the Fleet end up with a point.
Once again, Hollinger on the right side of the court just sees that angle, and she can see right over the top of the defense and puts it right where they are not. As Tuasa Metelli will come on to serve again.
And that one will hit the net. Another service error for Erskine. Here's Souls now with the serve. Now the setup. And Bass puts it right over.
They want the net call. Erskine wants the net call.
They aren't going to get it.
Not getting it right here. They're saying she went exactly where she needed to be. Amber Bass putting it down.
The Souls with the good serve. Got a setup from the Fleet. And that one was down the middle again.
Again, we've seen it does not do to make Meredith Hollinger for Erskine mad. She seems to come back with a vengeance. You can see that when you watch her.
Now here's a serve. Ellis is there. Now Letcher with the setup to Bass. Now again, as that will go off of Jessie Souls.
And that's Mackenzie Kinney that time, hitting it hard off the facial region of Jessie Souls.
And
all she can do is duck.
Right. Those reflexes come into play there.
But we're still within 5, which means, right now, that is doable zone. We haven't lost all hope as long as we're still within 5, I feel.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend, one who believes that good times call for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
Right corner planning something mischievous. I don't know what it is, but it looks sketchy. A lot of...
you never know what's going to happen inside the Ty Singer Gymnasium.
Planning some kind of...
looks like
a cheer or chant that they're going to have to...
Definitely a chant, I'm thinking.
They're going to severely distract, it looks like.
So it's good to see the crowd getting into it right now. Erskine makes its way back onto the court.
As loud as our crowd is here tonight, Ty Singer, once again, I don't see Erskine being rattled by that. They are really composed.
Only time will tell as that one hits the net.
That's right. I don't think that was an emotional error. I think that was she just misplaced her jump. Right. We'll take it. Once again, we will take it. Back within 4, and it's a good opportunity for Amber Bass.
Here she comes. Good serve. Now the setup from Erskine, and Amber Bass put a great effort on that one.
And
but you know, spot.
You know who on the hard spike, Meredith Hollinger.
They keep going at each other. And back and forth.
This is Kinney.
Good serve. Byers is there. Fletcher with the setup to Ellis. And she pushes it over. And that'll be out. And so now 17-13. Byers coming in to serve.
Missed on her last serve, so she's going to have to work really hard to concentrate and get these in.
And that one was a great one. And Byers is there, goes off, and Holford didn't know the ball was behind her.
Oh no. A great dig from Byers, keeping it alive. And Holford waiting on communication from another teammate, didn't see it.
It also hit the ceiling, I believe, as well on that play. And Holford again tries to get it across the line. Does so. Souls gets it to Letcher in a setup. Holford. Now the Fleet. Ellis is there. Letcher. And they will say that will be against the Warriors, and so that will be a Erskine point.
Off the candy cane.
Off the candy cane. Letcher with the setup to Holford. She gets it over. It's right at the net, and Erskine couldn't do anything with it. And so then that will go back to the Warriors. And Pino will come in. Warriors collectively playing better here in this second set. We'll see if they can do anything here. Currently down by 5. Here's a serve. Now Fleet set it up, and it's blocked.
But blocked back out of bounds.
It will be out. That is unfortunate for the Warriors.
That's Rebecca Ruth Smith on the hard spike there, off the block. Puts it right in the right spot to have it hit right out of bounds as Laney Gaston come on to serve for Erskine.
Honestly, I think on that one, I'm okay with that because you did get a block there. It just didn't go where you wanted it, and a great shot by Jessie Souls.
That time the defense for Erskine was spread out more up towards front court. Souls sees that, takes full advantage.
These last couple points, I've seen a good change from the Warriors here. And another block, but is out again. That is 2 blocks that have gone out, but I'm liking that still.
Yeah,
because you would rather have a block in that situation than it just to drop.
The intensity looking good, but here's Thies coming on to serve, and she's been a killer for SWU tonight and does so again as Pino shanks it left. I don't know what it is about Thies, but her serve comes in with just a little bit of spin. She's able to change up the speed. We've seen that can tend to rattle the defense here and there when she's throwing change-ups and changing the velocity.
And Letcher now with the setup to Bass. Now the Fleet again, and that will be in. Out of reach. And now we're 2 points away from the set.
Yeah, Byers just not able to get to it. Hollinger, when she sees backcourt open, I mean, it's just lights out.
Now here's the serve again. Ellis is there. Letcher with the setup to Holford, and that'll be a Warrior point as it goes off of Erskine.
Ashlyn Holford saying, we got some power too. Been working on that on the offseason. Hopefully not too little too late here. As Holford will serve off the top of the net.
And Letcher isn't able to handle that one. And now we got a set point for Erskine, as Holford will check out.
Kaylee Tuesa Matatelli, not going to stop, is on to serve. Very consistent server for Erskine tonight through 2 games.
Now, here comes the serve here in just a second. Here we go. Gets it over. Ellis gets it to Letcher, and it gets blocked. Jarena Byers. It will go off of her, and that will be set number 2. Erskine now up 2-0 as we head to the 3rd set.
But that game, set, match, I don't know what. That last one was.
You were getting closer, and then you got.
I'm just going to say all of them, and I'm right at least once. So that was a lot better effort that time out of the Warriors. The defense looked tighter. We're getting some harder hits, keeping the crowd in it, which helps a little bit. But once again, I'm not seeing Erskine.
I think good way for the Warriors to improve on this going into the 3rd set is to have some good passes themselves and get some good shots in, as there's definitely an improvement compared to that 1st set, and the defense was in place. They looked established, especially there in the end of the 2nd set. So I'll be looking for that again. I think the defense will stay where it is or even improve from where it's at.
Right.
And we might have a more back and forth 3rd set that could be really close.
There's a lot less unforced errors that time. Yeah, Erskine still hit a few really hard ones that kind of glanced off, but we just didn't have those straight misses or major miscommunications consistently in that last game. And so hopefully we continue to see that happen going forward here. And maybe
what if there's a place for you where your dreams and future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, and where your story can be written and change the course of history, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world. This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan.
And the students here at Southern Wesleyan University have just been exceptional fans for the sports that have been played here in the fall: soccer, volleyball, track and field, cross country.
You name it, there's been people there.
There has.
That's always what you want to see.
Makes me excited as we get just a few days, every day we inch closer to basketball season.
Exactly. Basketball season is always a fun time here in Central South Carolina.
Yeah, we expect Ty Singer to be roaring. If it's roaring now, we know it's going to be roaring even more so when basketball season comes around.
All right, we might even be able to break some records. Who knows?
Oh, there'll be dishes broke. I don't know about records, but there'll be dishes broke. Glass.
Dishes all the way in the calf on campus.
Glass will be broken.
We might have to have a conversation with Doug, you know.
Tiana Brown coming into the game for SWU.
And the Warriors will now put Jesse Souls at libero. So
explain the libero again for those of us that are volleyball. I wouldn't even call myself a novice. I would call myself completely ignorant. I have no right to be talking on this mic.
Right.
For my rugged voice, Han Solo-ish voice.
Okay, so I will look at. Okay, so a libero is a defensive player who can take the position of any backcourt player but cannot block or return the ball when it is higher than the net. That is a different definition that I got earlier.
Is that like the Olympic? Maybe that's the Swedish definition. Swedish volleyball league.
But they do only play in the back row.
I see.
So that is where you will find a libero.
So that would be behind the mid-court line, which I just made up as well, but it does look like there's a line there, and that's got to mean something. Right?
Lines usually mean something.
I think they do. I feel like they do.
And that is volleyball 101.
We've got lines,
Story and West Pate.
Lines and dots. If you're looking at it from our point of view right here, you got 5 dots.
Right. Or you could call it dashes,
which is
depending on your point of view.
Odd number. That's an odd number.
Right.
Rashes?
Dashes.
No. Gashes would be like if the court was tore up.
Right. No. Oh, okay.
Stripes.
Okay. We'll go with that. You're reading.
No, I mean going into gashes here. I want to see where you go with this.
I don't know where I'm going with it anymore. I'm a little ashamed.
I think of like a Halloween movie when I think of a gash. Like.
Right. Like I thought you meant I said rash, and I was like, oh no.
Well,
not a rash.
I mean,
I hope it's not a rash.
One would call them spots, but they're not circular.
Right. They're definitely not circular.
We're talking about all this as they are looking for some type of potential wetness, moisture on the court.
In the mop.
Got to get the mop crew in here quickly. Mop up on aisle 2. It's not a drip. It's not a drip from the ceiling, I hope.
Yeah, that would be.
It is raining pretty hard outside, I think.
It's been raining like the whole week so far, and it's not planning on stopping anytime soon.
That really wouldn't surprise me if we were to see a drip here based on how hard it's been raining. But right now they're just sopping it up.
Just put some elbow grease in there, and it'll be good.
I hear some squeaks and whatnot, so it's all good. I got some towels.
Squeakity squeak squeak.
And here we go. So Tiana Brown is on, and Trinity Eichmann also checking in.
This is their first time out today.
Strutting in. They're giving them some PT here. Hollinger still on the court. And Tuessa Matelli still also on the court for Erskine.
Now, here's the serve from Erskine.
And that's Gaston on the serve.
And now Brown puts it over. Now set up. Ellis is there, and that will just drop in. That'll be the first point for Erskine.
So communication problem there. SWU.
Can't let those kind of balls drop. Now, Ellis puts it over. Good placement. Now make it 1-1 here in the third set.
Great shot from Ellis. That time not hitting it too hard to go out. Sometimes that happens, but just right in the backcourt.
There comes Jesse Souls. The setup from the Fleet. And that time Bass was there. And Letcher puts it over.
Here's Hollinger.
Now another setup. That one will drop in. As the Warriors not able to rotate the defense to that area.
I see what Hollinger's doing. So the first time she hits the super hard spike, it is dug by Amber Bass in the backcourt. The second time she comes up with the same look, but just puts it short. So she is learning on the fly.
And Letcher got to that. It was like almost on the table.
Almost really over the scorer's table right there. Good effort. Way to risk the body, 3-1. Got to get a turnover here, though. Thies, and there it is. Unforced service error.
Now make it 3-2. Here is Emily Ellis. Will serve it. There's the serve. We'll go right back to the net, and that one was awkward for Erskine, and we have a tie game. The Warriors have the potential to get their first lead in any set tonight. Here's a serve from Ellis. Now Erskine tries to get this back towards the net. Souls is there. Letcher with the setup. The Bass. Now Erskine will try again. And it's blocked by Riley Young! And the crowd goes wild.
Amber Bass and Riley Young set up a wall that time. Hollinger had the angle. It did not go.
So now the Warriors have the momentum here in the third set. Here's the setup, and now we'll get past the Warriors.
That's Tuessa Matelli. Tuessa Matatelli. And this is her on the serve. Well, this is Kaylee on the serve, yeah.
Emily Ellis, Letcher. The awkward setup there to Young, but they get it over. And Souls was there as it went off the net, but they tried to play off of it. That'll be a point for Erskine. Now it should be 5-4, and it is now on the scoreboard. Here's the serve. Ellis is there. Letcher with the setup to Bass. And makes its way. And it's blocked by Riley Young again. She's putting her name into the mix here in the third set.
That time Kenny went up for the spike. Young in good place. Tiana Brown will check out and Byers checks in for the serve.
So far, great. This is a different Warrior team than it was in the first set, as they have improved a ton since then. And now will make its way off the net and will drop in. And that's one for Erskine.
That's Torgerson that time getting a spike in, and Hollinger will check out as Masters comes on to serve for Erskine. While Hollinger's off the court, let's see if we can score a few more points.
And that was blocked.
Katie Torgerson saying, I can do this.
As that'll be back-to-back points for the Flying Fleet. Now Ellis with this, and a good play there. That was Riley Young again.
Riley Young with the signature put down. I'm not sure what you technically call that. We call it a push, putting some touch on it, but she pretty much just.
And so Riley Young will serve it. Some substitutions will come in.
Holford back on the court for the Warriors. Hollinger still catching a breather. There's Kenny.
And Bass with the setup over there to Young. She puts it over. And the Warriors try to keep it alive, but it will go Erskine's way. And I believe Holford has changed numbers, so she is now number 15.
Okay, she is usually number 9, right?
Yes, she is. She is usually number 9.
Well, let's see what happens.
I could not tell you why.
I'm just going to say maybe it's good luck.
Maybe. That's Tim Tebow's number right there. So, if you're a Gator fan,
not necessarily lucky, but that one hits out. That time just puts a little too much power on it. 9-6. The crowd doesn't like it, but it is a good call.
So 9-6 here. Ellis is there. Letcher. Holford. And that will go off of Erskine. They keep it alive. They get it over. Holford again. Letcher to Holford, and it goes off of her and under the net.
Great job by Erskine staying with the play. The ball was going way out, and Kenny stayed with it and got it right back into play.
It would have been so easy just to give up on that play, but they did a good job staying in it. Byers, Letcher, Holford, and it gets blocked, and it goes backward. And now a good setup for Erskine, and now Letcher puts it over, trying to catch Erskine off guard. And Letcher again, right at the net, and it will drop in for the Warriors.
No, they're going to give that point to Erskine, as Eichmann did go across the line under the net.
They decided to change their mind.
I think that was Eichmann. I guess that could have been Holford. Maybe they traded out.
Not in the game. Oh my goodness, Amber Bass. That was a line drive.
Amber Bass is in the game. Just wanted to remind Erskine of that. 7-11 though remains the score.
That is what a lot of people would call a laser. Here's a serve from Bass. Now the setup from Erskine. It's blocked and put it back over. Now Souls, Letcher to Ellis. It gets blocked. They keep it alive for a second, but Byers isn't able to do anything with it. Now Ellis puts it over. Erskine comes again, but that will go against them. And that'll be a point for the Warriors. And they close the lead now down to 4. Now Letcher coming in with the serve. A good serve at that. We'll go off the net a little bit. Warriors keep it alive. Souls puts it over. Now another setup. Down the middle. 2 Warriors are there. They keep it alive for a second, and Brown isn't able to do anything with it. Now Erskine will come in with a couple of subs.
Gaston back on to serve for Erskine. And Hollinger back on the court along with Taylor.
And Holford puts it over. Erskine now with another setup. That's a looper. The Warriors keep it alive. And it goes backward a little bit for Erskine. And they are not able to put it over. So the Warriors catch a break. Now Riley Young comes back in, and I believe a timeout has been called. So both teams will have a chance to talk this over real quick.
A little rally going there.
So Wes, what are you seeing here in the third set?
Well, good effort from both teams so far. The Warriors seem to still have a few communication problems here. They're not.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend, one who believes that good times call for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
It looks like a struggle for SWU. They have trouble with that, and I think that the problem there and the reason for that is most likely Erskine is just hitting with a little bit more velocity than SWU is.
Right.
Except for when Amber Bass came in and torched it. Although it's looking like she tweaked her hip just a little bit. kind of wincing on her right hip.
We'll see what the Warriors can do here now. Down by 4. 13-9 is the score here in the third set. Warriors get it over. Now set up from Erskine. It goes right back over and it'll drop in on the Warriors.
And that's what I mean right there. Hollinger just staying outside on the left side. Sees the ball come back in. Is waiting for that setup to put it back down. After Tuessa Matelli hit it with a hard spike. And here's Thies, who is a hard server.
And she had another one right there, but the Warriors still get it over. And that was going to go out, but Letcher hit it.
Instinct to raise her hands above her head there.
And she was right there at it.
Right.
So she had no idea where the line was.
Thies just hits with this massive front spin. Of course, that time it bit her on the service error, but hard server.
Right, and now Emily Ellis will serve for the Warriors. We'll see if the Warriors can get themselves a little run here. A good serve, that would be an ace.
Needed that to come back in within 4. We're in the pocket. We're in the pocket.
You gotta keep composure here if you're the Warriors. You gotta keep it going. Here's the serve. And also did again! Emily Ellis with back-to-back aces. And it don't have to look pretty. It's just gotta go over. And she'll serve it again. Now a 3-point lead for Erskine. This is the closest it's been in a little bit. And a good serve and a setup. Ellis is there. Letcher with a setup to pass, and it gets blocked, and it will go out. The Warriors have momentum. I'm sorry, Wes. I interrupted you.
No, you're good. Hollinger that time with a block out of bounds.
So now a 2-point lead for Erskine. The Warriors found that run that they were waiting for. Here's a setup. Ellis makes a great play on it. Letcher with the setup to Souls, and she'll put it over. Another setup gets blocked by Young, but Brown is not able to get to it in time.
Riley Young, who has blocked some great ones tonight, was in the right position.
It just went straight down.
Yep.
Didn't really go up any. And so some changes will come in for Erskine.
Juju Eaton will check in for Erskine.
And here's the serve. Bass is there. Letcher. Back to Bass. She puts it over. Now Erskine again. Letcher's there. Now Souls. And Bass puts it over. Now the Fleet again. Now got ourselves a rally here. And they're going to say that was 2 hits? 3 hits already. Okay. And a lot of booing coming from the crowd on that one. And then that one will go right back to the Warriors. So now 17-14. Let's see if the Warriors can do something with this. And Byers with a good serve, and that's an ace! And now put it back within 2. And the crowd here at Tysinger is unlike any I've seen in a while. And another ace! Wouldn't you believe it? We've had about 4 aces from the Warriors here in the last few minutes. And that will make it a 1-point game. As Byers with the serve again. Here she is. And a good one. Erskine's able to handle it. Put it over. Letcher with a setup to Bass. It's a point! This is a tie ball game, folks. As the crowd goes nuts with their Warrior wipes. And I see a cartwheel. Oh my goodness. Ty Singer is the place to be.
Here's Byers continuing to serve hard. And floats one.
It's a looper. That's what I like to call it. And that one will go back to Erskine as they retake the lead. But they let the Warriors back in it, though.
Torgerson that time trying to quiet the crowd. It's not going to work for a little while here, I can tell you that. 18-17.
And a little bit of a wet spot on the floor. So they'll clean that up here real quick. Last thing you want is a slippery spot. Don't want anybody to get hurt.
Masters on to serve for Erskine.
Here she is. Ellis is there. Letcher with a setup. And Erskine keeps it alive. And they're going to say that that'll be against the Warriors.
Yeah, she came through the net.
Okay. So now Erskine building back on their lead. Ellis is there. Letcher with the setup. And that one was to the outside. Just a little too much. Erskine is building back their lead on a 3-0 run.
2017. Coach Reiniger going to call a timeout to try to reassess and cool down.
Try to figure out what they need to do next here.
Well, there's not much to say except for what a run. What a run. That's a great comeback. What a confidence builder for SWU. For Erskine, they were kind of cooling down.
What if there's a place for you where your dreams and future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, and where your story can be written and change the course of history, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world. This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan.
Few games, we might see a completely different Warriors team.
Absolutely. Big smile on Jarena Byers' face right now. She's happy with herself. And Ellis, two players for the Warriors that need some confidence building, and they're doing it on the serves.
And so everyone makes their way back to the court.
And the ref telling some instructions to Souls to pass on to the coach. And I don't know if it is related to the fans. So I think Coach Reiniger
Yes, it is.
Coach Reiniger is going to have a quick fan talk here as they are inching on. I thought that would be the case after a little while, that you give them an inch and they're going to keep pushing it.
All right, so
which just makes them louder at this point.
Right, exactly. So we'll see how that affects the rest of this set.
Margaret Masters on the serve.
Ellis is there. Letcher with the setup, back to Ellis. She puts it back over. Now Erskine with the setup, and it goes towards the Warriors bench.
That's Kenny with the serve, with the hit, the spike rather.
Now we'll see another serve here. Ellis is there. Letcher back to Ellis. Now it'll go they almost went off the ceiling. Souls is there. Letcher and Bass. No, score that one for the Warriors. If they stop the Erskine run and turn the lead back down to 3, we'll see what they can do here. Riley Young now with the serve. Here's the serve. And a good one. And the Warriors keep it alive. Holford puts it back over. We get back on defense. Young was there. And that will go off on Erskine. So the Warriors get back-to-back points.
21-19. The Warriors are staying with the play right now. That's making all the difference. Not giving up.
Can't stop, won't stop as that goes off. Erskine, they keep it in play. Well, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication words. As Erskine trying to get some of this blocked. Will go back over the net. Letcher. And Ellis puts it over. Erskine keeps it alive. And that will go behind the candy cane. And
a candy cane point. Finally.
It is within one for the Warriors.
Tuessa Matelli will check back in.
And now Riley Young with another serve. And they're getting the substitution marked in real quick, I think. And now here comes the serve from Riley Young. It's a good one. Erskine is there. They set it up, and that will go right off and out. So now Erskine only 3 points away. Can they keep their composure here? After intense pressure from the Warriors.
Kenny will be the server. Floats.
And that will go off of Erskine. And they find a way, keep it alive, and Holford again. A great play by Erskine, but that will still drop. And so another timeout will be called.
2021. This is a ball game as SWU, there it is being chanted.
That it is, yeah.
This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Their teams are down 2 sets to none.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I love here. They're having fun down there. Not just cheering on our Warriors, but they are just having fun being together. And
exactly.
That's what I love about SWU.
You love the community that makes right there.
Win, lose, or draw, we're in it together.
Exactly. All united.
And you can see the team is rallying to that.
And so here we go. Now Amber Bass with the serve for the Warriors, and the ref has to talk with the coach for the Warriors, Julia Reinica.
This is a great opportunity right here. Amber Bass on the serve. We're in a good position.
Here's the serve. A good serve. Here comes Erskine with the setup. It's blocked again! Erskine gets it barely over the net. And now Ellis with the shot! At the top of the game! And this place is wild. Absolutely bonkers. The Warriors, they're looking like they got a good chance in this set. It is 22-22. And there's a wet spot on the court as that is being cleaned up real quick. And so here comes the Warriors again. Amber Bass with the serve. See what she can do here. Good serve. Erskine is there with the setup. As it's blocked. Ashlyn Holford. And the Warriors have the lead. Oh my goodness. now 2 points away from the set. Amber Bass, as the referee makes another comment about the student section. And
it's all right. We got Coach Mike Gillespie over there on crowd control. Sometimes you do. I've had to be in that position before here at SWU. You gotta hold back the Warriors, the wall of Warriors.
Right. And Amber Bass is there, set up to Holford. That's another point! The Warriors at one point were down by a couple of points in the set, and now they find themselves at a set point. It was Amber Bass. Again, Erskine now with the setup. And it's blocked, but don't give the point to the Warriors. That is the set. Now it's 2 sets to 1. We'll go into the 4th set here in just a minute as the crowd goes wild. This is absolutely insane. Wes, what are your thoughts on that 4th set?
Swoop, there it is.
Swoop, there it is. Okay.
That is, I mean,
that's your assessment.
What can you say? It is so hype in here right now that it's frightening the umpires.
They had to say something twice.
They had to say something, and really nothing's happening. As crazy as our fans are being, they're really not. Right. And we need to prove one. This is a prove game, in my opinion.
Well, we'll see what happens as everybody gets back to the court. Callie Letcher will start us off here. And we'll see what the 4th set has in store for us.
I will say this, either way, that was fun.
That was very fun.
Fun to watch.
Fun to do the commentary for. Here's the serve. Now Erskine with the setup. And now it'll make its way to the middle. And that'll be a point for Erskine.
And there's Kaylee Tuesa Matatelli. Baba boom. And just putting it right in the middle like she's been doing all night. She can just place it. Hollinger and her both can place it. Here's Thies, who's been the most consistent server for Erskine tonight.
That was a great serve. And that'll be an ace for Erskine. Now here she comes again. And Bass is there. A setup from Letcher. Now here comes Erskine again. Bass is there. Souls. And Bass puts it over again. As Bass gets Souls on that one.
Yeah, spins off her knuckles, hits Jesse in the mouth.
And so an early...
What they always say, right? You have a plan. Everybody has a plan until they get smacked in the mouth, right?
Right.
Well, we just did, so here we go. Now we got to put a plan together, though.
Bass gets it over. Good placement on it, and now will be the first Warrior point.
It goes 3-1.
And Souls will serve it here in just a second. We'll see what she can do here. She gets it over. Now the setup from Erskine. And Souls is there, and it will go back over the net. And Letcher is there. Souls. And Ellis gets blocked, but Bass is there. Letcher. Back to Ellis, and now we got ourselves a rally here. And Bass, Letcher, Ellis, and Erskine again with another setup. Letcher is there. Souls, and Bass with the strike. And Letcher is there again. Bass, Ellis. This is just going to keep going back and forth, it seems. Letcher is there. Ellis. And Erskine has it. And a dart right at Souls will decide that point. So Erskine now has it 4-1.
Should be a confidence-building rally again for SWU. What I love that time is when they went for the block, even when we deflected the block, we had the person in place, being Amber Bass, right behind to catch that deflection. And we haven't had that as many times tonight.
That front row had that backup that it needed. And so a point is given to the Warriors, I think. Yes.
I'm not sure why.
I have no idea why, because nothing was happening.
I think Coach is getting an explanation.
Okay.
All right.
I guess that makes it 4-2.
That's just our happy birthday point right there. Saying 4-1 on the board.
Serve from Ellis. It gets over, and Brown tries to put some stuffing into it. Now Ellis, Letcher, Bass with the score. Now make it a 1-point ball game. And Ellis with the serve again.
When Bass can get that angle where she has the full court to hit into the back corner, very powerful. Oh.
And that'll be a little bit too much from Ellis.
Here is Hollinger. Looking like she's setting up for a big jump serve.
Here's the serve. Ellis is there. Letcher with the setup to Brown. Goes right back at her, but Letcher was ready for it. And Warriors not able to get to that one. So now another serve here from Erskine. And Ellis goes off of her, and Souls will put it back over. Another setup, and that will drop in.
And that's Kinney that time coming from the left court of Erskine. Able to just place it right in the center. So Hollinger on a rally.
Now Bass is there. Letcher with the setup to Young. And she pushes it over. And that will be a point given to the Warriors. an error on Erskine's part.
2 hits, so we'll stay in it any way we can right now to stay within that 2 to 3 point range. And here's Byers, who had a heck of a run on the last game, serving.
Here's a serve, and that will make its way over the net.
That
That'll
was
be a point.
Gaston going up against Young that time, and Gaston got the better, and Kenny will serve.
It happens, it happens.
Mackenzie Kenny is a sophomore out of Greenville, South Carolina.
And the Warriors get it over. It goes over again. Bass was there, but couldn't do anything with that. Now Erskine finds themselves in the middle of another run.
So Smith that time setting it up, and then Torgerson coming in and finishing it off. Good transition play right there from Erskine, who now is stretched out to a 5-point lead.
And now a timeout has been taken. So the Warriors will talk this over real quick. We'll see what happens after this. But so far, Erskine coming out to a quick start here in the 4th set after losing the 3rd set.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend, one who believes that good times call for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
5.
I see what those dots are for now, by the way.
For the referees?
They're the referee standing dots.
Gotcha.
Of course. Makes so much sense.
So much sense now.
I love it when we are able to just...
We learn as we go.
Yeah, and figure out terminology, and we make up our own terminology,
Right.
which is, I consider to be perfectly correct. Candy canes.
It's part of life. It's part of life.
Out dots. And referee standing dots.
There you go. There you go.
Everyone
you learn
has
something new every day.
Everyone's got their spot.
And so here's a serve from Erskine. Byers is there. Letcher with the setup to Bass. And she placed it well, but Erskine puts it right back over. Bass again. And that will go into the stands and
all the way to Dr. Joe Brockington making a heck of a catch like Jerry Rice over there. Just soft hands. It's like he's been catching bricks his whole life.
Go ahead and give him the gold glove, I think.
Wearing his Hawaiian shirt.
Put him on the baseball team. And that will be blocked back. And that will be a point for the Warriors as now they're coming back.
The new number 15, Ashlyn Holford. I guess it's Ashlyn Holford 2.0.
Right.
And Amber Bass set up the wall that time. No gaps in it.
And now Erskine puts it over, and it'll be out, or it'll be tipped off for Warriors.
Now it's Rebecca Ruth Smith. Good hit, just kind of standing there flat-footed, but put it exactly where it needs to be to hit off the block.
I'll make its way back over.
Keep it
alive.
alive.
Warriors not able to do anything with that.
Byers not able to put air under it that time. Getting out of range here, 11-6. Torgerson.
And Ellis is there. Letcher with the setup to Holford. And that will go off of Erskine as that gets over. Souls makes a play on it. Holford again, but it doesn't get over the net.
Hollinger that time hit it with a bottom of her palm chop, like a lumberjack. I have never seen that.
It sort of looked like to me, like, if you've ever watched WWE, it looked like one of those moves that somebody would make off the top rope.
We'll call that the people's backhand.
We'll have to ask Keith Mulliken on that one.
That was
the ceiling, and that will be hit out.
That was sick. That was sick. I mean, truly. Just a cutthroat move right there. Torgerson.
And Byers with it. Letcher with the setup to Holford.
Yeah.
And score it for the Warriors.
That time seeing the full court angle all the way into the corner. Dropped it like it was hot.
Oh my goodness. Now Amber Bass coming in to serve. Warriors currently down by 6. 13-7 is the score. Now Erskine with a setup. Oh, that was out. It was a rifle.
Erskine is going to say it was off somebody's fingers, but the refs didn't see it. I didn't see it either. 13-8.
All right, good eye by the Warriors. And now Amber Bass with the serve. A good serve off the ceiling, and it stays alive. Holford is there. That was an awkward one for Letcher to set up. And Bass is there. Letcher sets it up again for Holford down the middle. And she walked that ball right across the aisle. Or right down the aisle, not across. Sometimes I even get confused with my directions. Now Erskine off of Souls. This ball is still alive. Byers over to Bass. Good shot. Another setup. And a good touch on that ball by Erskine. And now they will serve again. Lenny Gaston. Bass is there. Letcher with the setup to Holford. And she almost got that one. And a block from Emily Ellis. Woo!
SWU defense on point that time. Ready for the block. And did.
It's been a while since I said it, so I gotta say it now. It's a block party, Wes.
Has it been a party? Well, we're back within 4. I'll call that.
We had a couple throughout the game. So I just had to say it. It's one of my favorite things to say.
See if we can put something together here. Good job on Letcher.
Souls. And that was like a double whammy right there. Both Ellis and Bass went up for it. It's blocked by Ashlyn Holford.
Ashlyn Holford coming down, flexing.
You know how I see the number change with Ashlyn Holford?
Yeah.
It's like how LeBron changes his number every couple of years. He's now 6, and so maybe this is like a LeBron thing, but that will drop in.
Hollinger able to put that one in, but yeah, that had some impact from Holford on that block. Still holding within 4, but Thies is the server.
There's the serve. Bass is there. Letcher with a setup to Holford, and that was almost out of her reach. And it's blocked off of Holford and out. Here's the serve. Off the net. Ellis is there. And Ellis again right down the middle. And now will make its way out. Now the Warriors, we'll see if they can get themselves a little run going here. Last set they won it after being down by a couple and finding their way back. And that will find its way out. Another point for the Warriors.
Back within 3.
Don't ever say it's over till it's over.
Tuessa Tatelli and Hollinger on court right for the Erskine Flying Fleet.
There's a setup, and there is nothing the Warriors could have done on that one. That was just an amazing play.
Yeah.
By Hollinger.
Yeah.
She's definitely their MVP.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, so.
And here's a serve from Erskine. Here's a setup. Ellis gets blocked.
That time Letcher puts the set on it, kind of does the backward set, and it was just a little out of place for Ellis. And Coach Reineck is going to call a quick timeout. Rally up here before it gets out of hand. 5 points, so same intensity as the last game for sure. Once again, Hollinger this time for back in most of the game for Erskine. That is making a big difference. I mean, you can't say it doesn't. Like, she's come in, but man, Ashlyn Holford that time reminding people that this is Tysinger and saying it's not happening.
Exactly. So we'll see what will happen here in just a second. Teams make their way back onto the court. Now here comes the serve. And Kaylee
give it a try there. Come on.
Kaylee to
Tuessa Metelli. Yeah, there we go.
Tuessa Metelli.
Tuessa Metelli.
Tuessa Metelli.
Tuessa Metelli.
I could say it earlier, but for some reason my brain was just not wanting to work there.
Well, that's all right. Hollinger puts another one on the board for Erskine.
And the Fleet now working with a 6-point lead. That's a very solid lead. And off the net, Letcher with the setup to Ellis. And good spot from Erskine right there.
Torgerson, who has been super consistent tonight. Senior out of Summerville, South Carolina.
There's the serve. Souls is there. Letcher with a setup to Ellis, and she puts it over. And now Souls. Letcher. Now Ellis. And two Erskine players were there. And Ellis spots it in.
And Erskine wanting the call on the net, going under the net that time from Ellis. We didn't see it.
Nope. And now Ellis will serve. She hits it over. And that was a good play by Erskine.
Right on line.
Looking ready to finish this one.
Yeah, that's Torgerson again. So Hollinger, hard server with an opportunity here. 7-point lead. No pressure on Erskine at the moment.
There's a serve. Souls is there. Letcher with the setup to Bass. He's going to be right at the net, but it will be a Warrior point as she went over.
That time Gaston, the one that did just get over.
Now we'll see what the Warriors can do here as Byers checks herself in.
Byers with one of the most consistent consecutive service nights so far in the last game.
There's a serve. And it'll make its way over into the back corner. Score it for Erskine.
Back corner drop in. Great placement. And here's Kenny.
Man, she will not be able to handle that one. And now 2 points away from the set and the game is Erskine. There's a serve. And now Young puts it over. Now the setup. And that'll be too much. And the Warriors will get the point. Now Riley Young will go back to serve, and Holford comes in.
Tuessa Metelli coming in that time, just hitting it with too much power.
Erskine, that will be an awkward one, but they're able to keep it alive. And now again, right down the middle. And now we got set point.
That is Katie Torgerson, who has hit with some pretty substantial power tonight when she gets a hold of it.
There's the serve. Ellis is there. Letcher. Now Bass. It goes off the net. Erskine's still alive. And now the Warriors with another chance here. Holford goes off the ceiling slightly. And that was out. It was very close, but they'll say it was tipped, and that is the game. That's a hard one to lose off.
That did not look in.
They said it was tipped.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Man, what an effort, though, by the Warriors tonight. I think this is...
And they're embracing the crowd here on the side.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see.
This is the start of putting something together.
Exactly.
So hopefully they can take it on the road and get a W.
Right.
Join us for Conference Carolina soccer tomorrow night and Saturday, and watch the Warriors again on Friday. Thanks, guys. It's been a good one. Go SWU. Go Warriors.
Have a good night, everybody.